Hello, this is Photography Gamer, welcome back to the channel. Today I am reviewing RAD for the PlayStation 4. RAD is an isometric roguelike game developed by Double Fine. The game is set in an apocalyptic future where you play as one of a bunch of kids who are survivors of 2 apocalypses. The game has 2 different modes, New Run and Daily Challenge. The basic premise of the game is you have to take one of these kids into the fallow. The fallow is a toxic region of the world full of dangerous kind of mutant creatures. You've got to go there, you've got to kill the creatures, you've got to fill up your mutator meter, and when it's full you will mutate, but it's completely random what you get. You can get wings, you can have acid feet, green exploding guys who live in your back, you can have an exploding skull grenade you throw at people. There really is a large variety, and the longer you survive the more mutations you can have, so it can be ridiculous at some point. You can have like an entire body of mutations almost. To complete each stage you have to unlock totems or whatever they are, then you can enter a large temple style area and you have to take down a specific boss. If you succeed you go to the next level, if you don't you got to start over again. After a few successful runs you start to level up your town, you get better weapons or accessories or items or like certain things that will make it easier for you to get further into the game, because at the start it's pretty difficult. So it's mainly about combat with a little bit of platform action. The game is procedurally generated in terms of the levels, so it's always different. And you know what, it's really well done. It never feels too similar from level to level. Yes, there are certain things that you'll be like, oh, I've seen that little kind of area before, but generally it's good. The game has an 80s style vibe, both in terms of the visuals and the music, and the voiceover and sound effects. It's all very kind of synthy. It reminded me a lot of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Earthworm Jim, and maybe a little bit of Toe Jam and Earl. So the game is a roguelike, which basically means, in this instance, it's permadeath. So when your character dies, you have to start from the beginning again. But every time you do a run, you fill up a meter, and when it fills, you get a special item or a modifier that will make future runs a little less taxing. But it's going to be a lot of grinding before you get to the later stages. It is quite repetitive, but it's easy to play and it's always a good laugh, so starting over again and again isn't actually as annoying as you'd think it would be. Because each run is unique thanks to the mutations and the random level design, and you can always acquire different mutations to make the gameplay feel different. The enemies are quite tricky in some cases, but on the most part they're pretty predictable and easy to take out once you learn the rhythm. But the bosses are quite a challenge, especially if you don't have any ranged mutations. Overall, it's a very fun game to play, but it's very challenging as well. Graphically the game is a real treat. It's very colourful, has a kind of a cel-shaded feel to the visuals. The character design is very 80s, and all the different playable characters, enemies and environments look really cool. Presentation in the menus is also very nice, and overall it's very nice to look at. The music is fantastic and it's perfectly in sync with the 80s theme. The songs used are really cool and they never get annoying. It's a lot of synth music, lots of 80s music, electronic filtered effects. If you like anything that has that 80s theme, then this is right up your street. The sound effects are good and they suit the over-the-top nature of the kind of the aesthetics. The voice acting is also pretty cool. A special mention has to go out to the menu voiceover, which is ridiculous, over the top, but at times it really did make me laugh. Okay, so what's good and what's bad? What's good? It's a very easy game to pick up and play. It's great fun, the visuals are superb, the game audio is great, it's a genuine challenge to try and complete, and the 80s theme works really well here. What's bad? The game can get a little bit repetitive, and it doesn't have any 2-player options, which I thought was quite a surprise. Okay, so what's the verdict? RAD is a really fun, colourful combat game that will keep you interested for a lot longer than you think it would. It's a genuine challenge and it's always worth picking up for a gaming session at any time. The game presentation is excellent and overall it plays and looks great. Personally, I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. It's also very addictive at times. So, my score for RAD is 7.5 out of 10. Well worth a look if you want a decent indie title that's fun and challenging to play. It's not perfect and it's not going to be for everyone, and a lot of people will get bored within a day or two, but I personally enjoy playing it every now and again. I turn it on for half an hour or an hour, have another go and see how far I can get, and I always enjoy it. Okay, so that was the review. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. This is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.